Humans are fundamentally connected to nature, despite the vast differences in our cultures and societies. We rely on its resources, its beauty, and the vital services it provides. One such service is the role played by animals that keep our environment clean and healthy. In some Indian states like Gujarat and Rajasthan, where factors like low rainfall make agriculture challenging, livestock rearing becomes a primary source of income. With more livestock comes the inevitability of death. But nature has its own solution. The vulture, nature's efficient scavenger. These birds dispose of animal carcasses, preventing the spread of diseases and maintaining a healthy ecosystem. Mythology. Vultures, for time immemorial, have been associated with the Indian religious mythology. Jatayu was the demigod in the form of a vulture who sacrificed himself while trying to save Sita from abduction by Ravana. Another vulture that is mentioned in Hinduism is Sampati, brother of Jatayu. In astrology, vulture is also the vehicle or vahana of Ketu Navgraha. Vultures are referred as purifiers, who never kill and always feed on those who die naturally or are killed by others. Scavenging, a mode of nutrition. Vultures eat a diet of carrion, mammals, reptiles, and more. They are primarily carnivorous and mostly feed on dead animals. Based on the source of their nutrition or food, organisms occupy a specific place in the food chain. Various steps of food or energy transfer in the food chain are known as trophic levels. There are 4 different types of trophic levels: the producers, the primary consumers, the secondary consumers, and the tertiary consumers. Vultures are called as scavengers as well as they depend upon the meat of animals. Thus, they occupy the place of tertiary consumer in the trophic level. Vultures, an efficient scavenger. Vultures are commonly seen near human habitation in cities, towns, and villages. They are found in temperate climates, usually in plains, but also in hilly slope areas. These winged scavengers are substantial in size and are either dark brown or black in color, the lighter plumage on the underside of their wings. They have bare heads, a condition that prevents feathers from mating with blood when the birds reach inside carcasses. Most vultures have a large pouch in the throat and can go for long periods without food, adaptations to a feast or famine scavenging lifestyle. They may be found in practically all habitat types, which are the plains, foothills, and higher altitudinal zones. It is also found in various landforms ranging from semi-arid to dry foothills, open fields, and cultivable lands near villages, near garbage dumps, and slaughterhouses in urban areas. A group of birds that can fly long distances. The most recognizable characteristic of these birds are their 5 to 6 feet wingspans, which they use to soar high above the ground while scavenging. In some species, the beak is exceptionally strong and heavy for tearing hide, muscle, and even bone. Vultures eat largely on the ground, but they also roost and nest in trees and cliffs, and they spend a lot of time soaring on wind currents in search of carrion. The average height of a nest is 2 to 18 meters above the ground. Vultures are expert scavengers, utilizing their keen eyesight and highly developed sense of smell to find food. Being highly sociable birds, these gregarious birds are generally spotted as a collective unit. Vultures often fly together in these large groups for migration or for foraging and searching for food. Method of disposal of dead without spreading disease. Facultative scavengers are more susceptible to contract and transmit diseases among themselves and to humans. Scavengers of infected carcasses could become hosts for certain pathogens and consequently vectors of diseases themselves. But vultures, unlike many other scavengers, are capable of breaking down rotten meat. These bird stomachs are extremely adaptive to rotting corpses filled with diseases and bacteria. These birds play a vital role in the local ecosystem, especially in the rural areas where traditional practices leave carcasses available for them to consume. Vultures are extremely important members of ecosystem. Without them, the earth would be filled with disease. While vultures and hyenas are among the most popular, many other animals serve as nature's waste disposal system. Some other animals that feed on animal remains are jackals, eagles, ravens, and foxes. There are two main types of vultures: Old World vultures and New World vultures. Old World vultures are found in Europe, Africa, and Asia, while New World vultures live in North and South America. The vultures seen in India, including Gujarat, are classified as Old World vultures. Out of the 23 vulture species of the world, 9 are in India, of which 7 are found in Gujarat. They include white-rumped vulture, Indian vulture, Egyptian vulture, and red-headed vulture, which are resident breeders. Winter brings additional visitors to Gujarat's skies. Eurasian griffon, Himalayan griffon, and cinereous vultures join the resident population. The Himalayan griffon is a fairly common winter visitor in the lowland plains up to Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. In wintering grounds, Himalayan griffon establishes wide foraging areas. Another fascinating vulture gracing Gujarat's skies is the Egyptian vulture. This species has a unique characteristic. One subspecies resides year-round and breed here, while the other migrates during winter. While both closely resemble each other, a closer look reveals subtle differences. Communities benefited by vultures. Since vultures are known for eating dead animals, they have been used as a burial symbol in cultures around the world. In Parsi Zoroastrian tradition, the disposal of the dead involves the exposure of the corpse to the sun and vultures. This funerary practice has been used traditionally by Zoroastrians, and the type of structure used for funerary purposes is called dakma, or a tower of silence, a circular, raised structure built for exposing dead bodies to carrion birds, known as excarnation. This funeral practice is now in jeopardy with the decline of vulture population in India. In most parts of India, the dead animals are dumped in a particular place outside the village or town where a specific community, the skinners, skins the animals. As soon as the cattle die, a skinner removes the skin. This then makes the carcass available for vultures to remove the flesh. Vultures have difficulty breaking through the skin, hence skinned carcasses are easier for them to eat. But with time, people have disassociated with traditional vocation. Also, with the carcasses being disposed of by burial or incineration, a food shortage is created for the scavenging animals and birds. Animal shelters, which are locally called panjra poles, play a pivotal role in the vulture conservation. These animal shelters were unproductive, and sick cattle are kept to provide all necessary care until they die. Dead animals are dumped at a particular location, and such dumps have been regular feeding sites for vultures. Population decline. There has been a sharp decline in the population of vultures in a span of over 3 decades. It is estimated that there are approximately about 5,000 to 15,000 mature birds in the wild. They have been listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List since 2002, as their population has severely declined. According to the global status, as per IUCN Red List of threatened species, the white-rumped vulture, the long-billed vulture, red-headed vulture, and the slender-billed vulture are critically endangered and fall under Schedule 1 as per schedules of Indian Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2022. While Mount Girnar is symbol of belief and traditions, this tallest peak of Gujarat is also an abode to a sizable Indian vulture colony. Indian vultures, Gyps indicus, are Old World vultures. They are also known as long-billed vultures due to their comparatively longer beak. They nest on the rocky ledges of Mount Girnar. Reasons for population decline. The major reason behind the vulture population getting nearly wiped out was the drug diclofenac. Diclofenac is dangerously fatal for vultures. Even 1% of it in carcass would kill the vulture in a short time after it feeds such carcass. Because many birds can flock to consume one cow carcass, each dead cow that had been recently treated with diclofenac could poison many vultures. Some studies estimated a decline in more than 90% of the Indian vulture population as a result of the use of this bovine veterinary drug. Bioaccumulation of diclofenac caused kidney failures in vultures, leading to death. Its veterinary use was banned in 2008 by the Government of India. After the drug was banned by Government of India, a sizable increase was noticed in the vulture population across the country. In the 1990s, it became clear that the population of gyps vulture was dropping at a significant rate. Gujarat became the first state in India to take immediate action by launching a statewide survey of gyps vulture. The survey involved the participation of dedicated teams of staff of Gujarat Forest Department and Gir Foundation and bird watchers, volunteers and organizations working in vulture and nature conservation across Gujarat.
Gir Foundation, the Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation, has been entrusted with the estimation of the vulture population in the Gujarat state. The idea of entrusting this to Gir Foundation is to provide the scientific input required for the forest field staff in estimating the vultures. Especially because of recent climatic change and other veterinary medicine used by the veterinary department, the vulture population has been declining in a very fast way, and the government is also banned some medicines which is used for the veterinary. Since then, the forest department has moved with very cautious, so that each and every corner of the state has been counted for the estimation of the vulture. And since the last 7 to 8 estimations are done by the Gir Foundation, and scientific input has been given to the department for its conservation and measures, and hope that this will help the department and the vulture will come back and it will become a reality, and it plays its major role in the ecosystem as a scavenger.
And since the initial survey in 2005, Gujarat has conducted subsequent vulture surveys at regular intervals in 2007, 2010, 2012, 2016, 2018 and 2022. Initially, in 2005, 2007 and 2010, the survey focused primarily on gyps vulture species, that is, white-rumped vulture and Indian vulture. In the years 2012, 2016 and 2018, in addition to the 2 resident gyps species, red-headed vulture and the Egyptian vulture were also included in the survey. By 2022, for the first time ever, 3 migratory vulture species were included in the survey. This necessitated conducting the survey during winter instead of the usual summer period. During the 7th statewide population estimation of vultures in Gujarat in the year 2022, a total of 2,143 vultures of 7 species were recorded. As per the report, 283 white-rumped vultures, 363 Indian vultures, 24 red-headed vultures and 1,258 Egyptian vultures were recorded, along with migratory vultures such as 57 Eurasian griffon, 1 Cinereus vulture and 4 Himalayan griffon. Out of all the 33 districts of Gujarat state, the presence of vultures has been recorded in a total of 17 districts. As per the 2022 estimation, Banaskantha district supported the highest number of vultures, that is 33.3% of the total vulture population of the state. However, it is solely due to Egyptian vulture in this district. With regards to the resident gyps vulture, which is white-rumped vulture and Indian vulture population in districts, it has been revealed that 14 districts have the existence of gyps vulture. Junagadh district has the highest gyps vulture that is 172, followed by Anand 119 and Bhavnagar 84 individuals. The total population of the white-rumped vulture is found to be 283 individuals occurred in a total of 9 districts. The total population of Indian vulture is found to be 363 individuals in 10 districts. The total population of Egyptian vulture is found to be 1,258 individuals in 7 districts. The higher estimate is due to winter population with resident during winter season. The total population of red-headed vultures is found to be 24 individuals in 3 districts. Compared with the population estimation of 2018, 2 species, that is, Indian vulture and red-headed vulture, have shown population increase by 27.4% and 166% respectively. However, a decrease of 19.6% has been seen in white-rumped vulture. Mahua region of Bhavnagar hosts most of white-rumped vultures and the population has remained largely stable. Maximum population of long-billed vultures is said to be in Saurashtra region with its highest concentration in Junagadh district. The situation with the Egyptian vulture is unique as 2 subspecies exist in the state, one resident year-round and another that migrates. Since both are present in the winter, the total vulture count naturally appears higher compared to previous surveys that only focused on resident populations. While this new approach prevents direct comparison with past data, it's important to emphasize a positive finding. There's no indication of a decline in the overall Egyptian vulture population. The results and findings from these surveys are documented and published in several ways. The Gir Foundation releases comprehensive status reports. Additionally, the research is shared with the scientific community through publication in scientific journals. Finally, the public is kept informed about the health of our vulture populations through informative newspaper articles. This ensures everyone can stay updated on these remarkable birds. Conservation efforts. Vultures are slow-breeding birds. There is a need for immediate intervention to save them from extinction. Vultures are case-selected species. They are long-lived, large-bodied, and have slow reproductive rates. Case-selected species produce offspring that have a higher probability of survival to maturity. Although not always the case, case selection is more common in larger animals and birds with longer lifespans and overlapping generations. The places where vultures nest and roost represent an optimistic picture, but certain place with isolated population of birds has a meager chance of reproduction and population increase. One such example of isolated population in Gujarat state is Kalo Dungar in Kutch district. A total of 3 vultures are found on the entire hill, and the chances of increase in the number of birds here are lean. One of the reasons of habitat loss of vultures is the volume of excrement beneath roosts. Damage the birds' droppings caused to trees and soil on agricultural land are the primary issues related to the impact of vultures on landscapes. Vultures' droppings are white and can be quite corrosive. It works its way into the soil and kills trees. Compensating farmers for the losses they incur after vultures build nests in their farms and building cafeterias or platforms where animal carcasses can be kept for the vultures to feed on are some of the steps being taken by the state government to help conserve vultures. The cafes are designed in a way that the vultures can come, sit on the raised platforms and eat without being disturbed by another scavenging animals. The trees where vultures built their nest and roost are marked with red and green color. These marked trees are left untouched and the farmers don't take yield from such trees. With an aim to obtain authentic scientific information about various unknown facts about the vultures, satellite tagging of 6 vultures has been undertaken in Gir forest. A total of 6 vultures have been tagged with solar-powered satellite tags. This allows to record fine-scale vulture movement patterns of the various species breeding in the province. Through vulture tagging and GPS tracking, efforts are being made to identify trends based on their movements to help conservation management and better protect endangered vultures. With all the emphasis on protection and conservation management, a vulture breeding center was started in Junagadh in 2009 at Sakkarbagh Zoological Park. It is one of the 5 such centers in the country. Considering the pressing need for protection and conservation, Gir Foundation has done extensive research on the vultures in Gujarat state. The foundation has prepared an atlas having maps for total 19 districts of the state wherein vultures are known to occur, which depict locations of sites where one or multiple species of resident vulture species occur, habitats at these locations, and the potential habitats where vultures may occur. Many non-government organizations are actively working on vulture conservation. One such NGO, Jiv Daya Charitable Trust, a center of knowledge on animal care, is engaged in rescue and conservation of vultures for decades. What is next? All the life forms in the universe and all the things that are not man-made or caused by people are nature's work of art. Imagining a world without vultures, where the movement of feral dogs into carcass dumps contributes to the spread of diseases like rabies and anthrax. Coming to think of other scavenging species' populations being thrown off balance and an increase in decomposing carcasses is sure an unnerving scenario. Moreover, without vultures, life would be much more difficult for local hide and bone collectors who rely on cleaned carcasses to make a living. It is estimated that approximately it takes 1 million years for a species to go extinct. And we have witnessed thousands of species of plants, mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and insects slide into extinction. The loss of keystone species has had far-reaching consequences. After all the loss of flora and fauna, it is time to slow down and look sincerely into conservation management and protection of our natural resources and wildlife. The story of India's vulture is one of loss, resilience, and hope. With continued conservation efforts, the silent symphony of their wings may once again fill the skies, reminding us of the delicate balance in nature and our responsibility to protect it. By supporting vulture conservation initiatives, we can ensure that these majestic birds continue to play their vital role in the ecosystem for generations to come.